Welcome back to State of the Nation. Elder statesman Alhaji Mai Tama Sule has been speaking of unity in the country when he paid a courtesy visit to the governor of Borno State, Kashim Shettima. And he's been speaking about how Nigerians should continue to live in peace with one another. Talking about the insurgency in the northeast is one of the areas that he's very concerned about, also in the Niger Delta area. And even in the central belt in Kaduna State, where we have the Shiites, many concerns have come up in the nation concerning the security stance that we are faced with in the country. Now, let's take a listen to what he has preached so far.
We thank God. We thank the federal government, led by Buhari, for being so determined, for standing firm, for making sure that by the grace of God, we came to the end of this atrocity. We thank the military. And above all, we thank the ulama, I keep saying, for the prayers. And I want us to continue praying. Pray for peace and stability. Peace. Peace. If you have peace, you will have development. If you have...
Oh, that's Mai Tama Sule there. Security expert Oladende Ario joins me in the studio to look at the security situation in the north of the country. We'll also be joined by Major General Rogers Nicholas. He is the commander of Operation Safe Havens that is trying to protect the border area between Plateau and Kaduna State. He's going to be joining us in just a moment on the show too. You just heard what he said. He's been speaking about unity in the country, Mai Tama Sule, that is. But you also know the groups that are involved in this upheavals that we've seen: Boko Haram in the northeast, the herdsmen attacks in the middle belt, all the way trickling down to the central belt and so on. And then you also have the Niger Delta on the other hand. All this has culminated to a situation that has become dire for our country, Nigeria. How did we get to this point?
Well, there's been a large disconnect between the governed and the government over the years. And people got lost in this, in all of this. And naturally, when you are in a system that should take care of you and you are lacking, the right thing is to react. The question is, the reactions, are they right? Are they helpful? Are they going to solve the problems? In all situations, I can simply say no. Because the way to go, as Riley said there, is to stick together. There is strength in our number. And I tell you what, even if Ogun State, small as it is, should split into a nation today in Nigeria, they still will be able to break it through. So we need a lot more of enlightenment now that should be creating new narratives. And the focus of it should be bonding and, of course, equality.
Let's focus into the northeast proper now and look at what the army has been able to do there. They were able to get some of the girls released. Let's begin with the Chibok girls. They were able to get some of the girls released, and that has risen hopes for those who haven't had their daughters back.
Right.
Are you in line with the government's thinking of being absolutely sure that they will get these girls back?
I refuse to accept that. The point is, this thing happened over 1,000 days ago. Okay, and I said it on several platforms. It's not easy to gather over 200 people together and sustain them. It demands heavy logistics in terms of feeding, hygiene, and allied needs. Okay, and the thinking there was that they were held somewhere in Sambisa Forest. Today, it's been cleared. The army is in charge. The question is, where are the girls? If they were supposed to be in Sambisa Forest, and they couldn't be rescued, is it now that they would have probably been sent to Niger, Libya, or wherever? It's going to be a lot more. On the area of fighting Boko Haram, they've done very well. But regarding these girls, they scored a low.
Let me put you on hold there, and let's talk to Major General Rogers Nicholas. He's talking to us from way up north. I want to thank you so much indeed for coming on the program at this time. The Kaduna crisis is a major disturbance in Nigeria today. The killings have persisted. Have you been able to, find out who is carrying out these attacks?
Thank you very much. This attack generally is carried out by miscreants, headmen that have not been actually identified per se. We've not been able to actually arrest anybody that is directly involved in these killings in the southern Kaduna area. What we are doing is dominating the areas because before we came in, this mayhem has already happened. We are just there to support one division, Nigerian Army, that's in charge of the operation in the general area. We are just there as a blocking force to ensure that this does not spill over into Plateau State, and also to we don't have link-up operation with our colleagues from one division. We've patrolling the general area. We've gone around most of the villages we are affected, and we're dominating these general areas by air and on the ground. Today we're on air and on air recce patrols across the whole spectrum of the general area, while on the ground we're on the ground doing day and night patrols into the villages and into the various communities.
Now, the hypothesis is that these killings could have been carried out by some of the fleeing Boko Haram members. Do you agree with that?
Not really, because the way the Boko Haram have been decimated, they can't be a formidable force to form the 70 group of men that could carry out the kind of attack that happened in southern Kaduna. The Boko Haram sleeper cells and maybe fleeing members of the Boko Haram are just one or two people on their own who are running for their dear life, and we're actually watching out for them. We've actually made one or two arrests as regards the Boko Haram fleeing into this general area.
Okay, let me just put you on hold and get your own views on this, Oladende. Is it clear to you, or are you convinced that the hands of Boko Haram is not in these attacks?
To the extent that we were here about 2 Saturdays ago, a lawyer that is based in Kafanchan was live with me on television, and he gave vivid account of what is happening. Now, the people who are attacking them are those they gave lands, who they grew up with. They are not strangers. I'm surprised he's saying that nobody has been arrested so far. In the media, there's a report there. They know the people killing them. There are names that they've mentioned. They should know them. And that's why I said they need a lot of the community, people in the local area, to support them. They should make the attraction to give them information. That way they can get them. They are not spirits, for God's sake. They are human beings. They know them. They're not strangers. They have been living in the same community with the people that they're murdering.
I want to thank you so much indeed for talking to us, Mr. Oladende Ario, a security expert. Unfortunately, that's the much we can take on the show. Also to Major General Rogers Nicholas for keeping those borders safe. Many thanks indeed. And of course, for your work for nationhood. Many thanks. And to you watching us, wherever you are around the world, that's State of the Nation. I'm Gimba Umar. Join us same time next week for a fresh package. Bye for now.